won't talk about all of these, just focus on a few of them. One of them of interest is what we call the KOL calls backtesting. Now, many of you might follow influencers in this space, and you see them make claims all the time on YouTube, Twitter, buy this token, this is going to go up, buy the dips. But we want people to be informed when they're following these such influencers. They should be able to come to our platform and ask questions like, okay, what has been the win rate of Becker? How long should I wait after he makes a call before I expect the peak to be reached for a specific token? This is actually very easy information to get in the sense that we got all the calls, we just have to do all the analyses in the background. So when a user asks this information, we should be able to give them the answer rapidly so they have all the information they know to know how correct a certain influencer was. Besides that, we are looking to what I think of interest to me is the education agent. Now, the other day, I gave the Satoshi app to my mum. She's not crypto native, so don't judge her when I say my next anecdote. So I asked her, okay, ask anything. I just want to see as a user who's not in the field, what would she ask? Her question was, which Bitcoin should I buy? Now I was like, okay, we can't handle that. So, because the system assumed the user knows what they're talking about. And now what I want to do is make, as we expect a lot of new users to be coming on into the crypto space, we want to address these newbies. So education becomes a very important piece of the puzzle. We want an education agent which is able to embed all these tutorials, explaining how to make a swap, how to get you started very easily on the platform. Now finally, the part I'm most excited about is something we call the how we can make our system scale to far, far more agents than what we have. So far, we're kind of excluding, only considering agents that we have built in-house ourselves. But the true beauty is, if we were allowing other developers to build their own agents on their own data that we might not have had access to. And this is what we're looking most forward to. And I won't go into too much depth about how this happens, because this will be discussed in the next presentation. So what I want to end on is our product is out there now. We have a web application and we have the app. And still in development mode. So at this point, we're looking forward to trying to get as much feedback as we can, both good and bad. Because so far, the agents we have developed, the functionalities we have developed, have been dictated by us ourselves. And ideally, we want our next steps to be dictated by those who are actually going to be users of the system to what they would find the most useful. Thank you. And do let me know if you have any questions. Of course. Yes.
Number two, can I get a reference for the answers? Like surely and perplexity, they give you the references so you can deep dive if you'd like to. And can it generate a playbook for the answers? If I get 10 questions, I'm preparing a report or something, I need to generate all of them into a playbook or a document to share with someone else.
Okay, let me answer one at a time before I forget what the questions are. So the first question was, what agents do we have? Yeah, so the agents, if I summarize at the top of my head, we have a fundamental knowledge agent, which just knows basically crypto information. We have a market agent, which has access to live price information of all tokens. We have a market history agent, which has access to historical information. This gives you more powerful access, like which ones have moved the most in the last week and various other information. We have an influencer agent. So this allows you to ask questions like, who are the top American influencers, top maybe in terms of YouTube subscribers, or whatever social media platform. We have an influencer validator agent, which we've already integrated very recently, which answers questions like I was discussing before, what's the win rate of a certain influencer. We have a naive blockchain explorer agent, which is starting to cover EVM chain and the Solana chain, which allows you to ask questions like, in natural language, who are the top holders of Satoshi? Has this transaction with this specific hash been successful? What other tokens do these wallets hold? Besides that, we also have a couple of other agents. I can't remember the top of my head, but that's the main ones we've covered so far.
Supplementary question on this. If someone developed an agent already in the space, can they plug in this into yours, integrate, sell it somehow, or partner with you?
Yeah, so right now, in the present tense, not right now, but as I was saying in the coming soon, one thing we're excited to try and look forward to is that for true growth, we can't build everything ourselves to be comprehensive. And to be able to have other people to be able to integrate their own agents, there has to be a standardized protocol to be able to interface very easily. We don't want to go one-on-one directly with each person and say, is this agent correct? Does it fit into our system? There has to be a standardized method in which other people can build and integrate these agents. Okay, you got a couple of other interesting questions. I can't remember. Yeah, so we already got all of that. So right now, if you ask a question like, okay, can you tell me the recent news about crypto from Dubai? That might be your question. You'll get a digest answer, which has all the references embedded directly inside there. You can click on it, see all the information you need about it, and we go a bit beyond that. Because our answer also includes all information summarized about the topic from Twitter as well. Because news is not only based on web news, it's based on also social media platforms. And then along those Twitter sources, which are used to inform the answer, all those Twitter sources are embedded directly in the answer as well, and you can see them as a feed. So you don't need to go to any other platform. So our aim is really to be this one-point access. You should not be fragmented in your attention, going to lots of different platforms. Yeah, so right now, in terms of the response that we have, someone can easily just click on the share button and share the whole link, and any other user can go on it. Kind of like ChatGPT, you go on that, and someone can share any conversation with anyone else they want. Maybe we could have a version in the future which could convert that to a PDF. But what we have for the data, because we are very multimodal in our outputs, we give a lot of structured tabular data. Anyone can download it easily as a CSV, anything, and share that as well if they want. So not right now. It's a very interesting thought. I guess this is why we have these type of events, to find out what people will be interested in. So I think this would fit into, I would call our execution agent, which is in our pipeline. Execution, I was thinking more in terms of actually making trades. People should be able to ask questions like, okay, can you buy Bitcoin when it crosses 100K and sell when it goes lower than 80K, for example? But this could also be applied in a very similar principle to social media itself. Can you make a Twitter post when it hits 100K? So that might be your interest. Amazing. Any other questions? Yeah, I think one, just hand quick slightly earlier.
Okay. I can raise my voice. What if the user is asking questions which also require